If you really want to keep this secret, you gotta figure out a way to get over the hurt.
I got a surprise for you.
It makes me wonder if you're someone I can trust.
Or someone I need to visit. Couldn't we use this to our advantage?
Are you thinking about confessing?
To me, like you're leaning towards coming clean.
I have some bad news.
Should I tell him how I feel? Guess who's asking if he can see me? Christina tried to kill me, and I can prove it.
I do have a confession to make.
General Hospital drama explodes. Blackmail, betrayal, and shocking returns. Ava's deadly game. Ava Jerome is playing with fire, and she knows it. After uncovering Christina's role in the car crash that nearly killed Rick and Elizabeth, Ava sees an opportunity. Instead of turning Christina in, she plans to blackmail Alexis, demanding money from the Cassadine estate. Rick warns her that Christina is volatile, but Ava is confident she can control the situation. The question is, how far will Christina go before she snaps? Lois' surprise return rocks Brooklyn. Brooklyn Quartermain's quiet morning is shattered when Lois Cerullo, her estranged mother, walks into the Quartermain kitchen. Though Brooklyn forces a hug, she's seething and bolts, leaving Chase to pick up the pieces. Chase urges her to bury the hostility if she wants to keep her biggest secret under wraps. But with Lois back, can Brooklyn keep pretending? Lulu and Dante's trust shatters. Lulu confronts Dante about lying about his past with Brooklyn, accusing him of hiding their teenage fling. But the irony? Lulu knows way more than she's letting on, like the fact that Brooklyn gave birth to Dante's child. Cody calls her out, sensing her lies. Will Lulu come clean, or double down on deception? Christina's desperate plea. Haunted by guilt, Christina nearly confesses to Liz and Lucky until Ava's blackmail plot sends her spiraling. Now, she turns to Sonny for help. But with Ava holding video proof of Christina sabotaging the car, Christina's freedom hangs by a thread. Will Sonny protect his daughter, or will justice catch up to her? Elsewhere in Port Charles, Jason and Anna hatch a plan to meet in secret, but will their private talks spark more than strategy? Curtis delivers bad news to Laura, possibly tied to Jen Sidwell's schemes. Olivia plays peacemaker, but with secrets piling up, can anyone in Port Charles truly reconcile? With blackmail, bombshell returns, and betrayals, General Hospital proves no secret stays buried for long. Who will crack under the pressure first? Hey lovely viewers, welcome to my channel Crazy Update. Let's tell you some information about it today. Ava intends to manipulate Alexis using her knowledge, and Brooklyn is upset by Lois' return. Brooklyn and Chase talk about how quiet it has been recently while eating breakfast in the Quartermain kitchen. Olivia interrupts abruptly and tells them she has a surprise for them. Lois walks in. They didn't anticipate her return so quickly, Chase adds as he embraces Lois. Lois asks Brooklyn if she gets an embrace, saying Olivia wanted it to be a surprise. After giving her one, Brooklyn says she has to make a call about deception and leaves. Chase promises to go assist her and follows her. Kathleen Gotti marks 13 years. Olivia asks Lois, by herself, what the devil is happening between her and Brooklyn. According to Lois, she and her daughter must work this out on their own. Olivia says she's always available to help if she needs it. She's a great buddy, and Lois says she wouldn't know what she'd do without her. Olivia claims that they are family, not simply pals. Olivia says she'll be there to listen, and that Lois may tell her anything when she's ready to talk. Lois observes that this is the one thing she is unable to tell Olivia before Olivia departs to see how Monica is doing. Chase gives advice to Brooklyn. Brooklyn is discovered by the boathouse by Chase. She apologizes for running away, but she felt her mother was waiting for her. She feels energized just by seeing her mother. She claims that she realizes how many people would have liked to know her child when she sees Olivia, her father, and her uncle Sonny. Chase advises her to conceal the hostility between her and her mother much more effectively if she wishes to keep this a secret. Chase advises her to keep this a secret because she has to forgive her mother and get over the sorrow. Although Brooklyn feels deceived by her mother's actions in lying to her grandmother about the baby, she also understands that she is lying to Dante and numerous other people. Chase claims that they are not the same thing and that he will support her if she decides to come clean. They share a kiss. Lulu is called out by Dante. Cody inquires as to what he owes Lulu for enjoying her visit to the Quartermain stables. She claims that because she played him, she has come to apologize. It wasn't until he told her that she realized Dante and Brooklyn were together. At that moment, Dante enters and inquires, "Is that correct? Would you mind explaining?" Lulu clarifies that she deceived Cody into disclosing to her his past relationship with Brooklyn. Cody claims that if she hadn't led him to believe she already knew, he never would have told her. Cody lets them handle their problems on their own. Dante tells Lulu that there was nothing wrong with the adolescent relationship he had with Brooklyn. Considering that Brooklyn attempted to end their relationship much later, as an adult, she believes he lied about his past. Lulu questions whether she can trust him and believes he ought to have told her about their past. She wins because Dante says he ought to have told her everything about himself. He informs her that after hooking up as camp counselors for a summer, they moved on with their lives. He claims that nothing that occurred that summer mattered and that they all went on. What if it did? She says. Lulu queries whether Brooklyn still harbored romantic love for her when he visited Port Charles all those years ago. He claims that she was the only woman who held his heart at the time. Dante regrets not being honest with her and acknowledges that things wouldn't have turned out this way if he had told her about his past from the beginning. It feels good to be correct again, Lulu. No more secrets because Dante wants them to be able to trust each other. Dante leaves to locate his mother and assists Leo with the project after she nods her head. When Cody comes back, he asks Lulu what she's attempting to do. Lulu claims to be able to explain everything, but Cody disagrees. He claims she's telling a lot of falsehoods to a lot of people, and he can spot a scammer. So what's going on? Dante is happy to see Lois again and goes up to the kitchen. Telling her mother they need to chat, Brooklyn enters the room, but stops when she sees Dante. Diane wonders what's going on with Alexis when she arrives at work cheerful and energized. According to Alexis, she has regained her girls. She explains to her how Christina was able to put aside her resentment following Rick's accident and how she and Molly united to help one another. At last, Alexis feels hopeful about the future. Is Pentonville where Christina is headed? Lucky attempts to calm Christina. In Liz's room at the hospital, Christina delivers flowers and apologizes for what happened to her and Rick. Liz is grateful that she came to see how she was doing. When Lucky arrives, he has sneaked in some baked goods from Aiden. Christina makes the decision to depart, but Lucky says they must discuss a Charlie's thing first. He promises Liz that he will return. He asks her why she was in Liz's room as he and Christina head to the chapel. Was she considering making a confession? Christina acknowledges that she may have been, but she is unsure about her ability to live with her actions. She can't place the blame on Elizabeth, but he says that's a good thing since it indicates she's not a sociopath. Go to her mother and work out a plea agreement to avoid going to jail for the rest of her life if she is unable to handle this. Although Lucky detests deceiving Elizabeth, he also thinks Christina is a kind person who made a mistake. Only if she agrees to assist him would he help her hide this. He claims that the car has passed through the compactor and that the police are treating the collision as one, so it's over, but Christina is concerned that someone might find out. No proof has been uncovered. Ava explains her strategy. Rick wants to call the police about Christina in his room, but Ava advises them to think more broadly and take advantage of the situation. Blackmailing Sonny isn't clever, according to Rick, but Ava has a much greater plan. Using this, she will persuade Alexis to give her money from the Cassadine estate. Rick is upset because Elizabeth deserves her day in court and Christina is not punished in any way. Ava suggested that he consider Molly's feelings if he sent her last sibling to prison, assuming that he would be happier about payday. Rick claims that by hiding this and using blackmail on Alexis, she is allowing Christina to get away with it. She is referred to by Rick as a wild cannon, and she will soon attempt to murder Ava once more. Ava claims that she can manage Christina and that the last mercy she will give her is not to put her in jail. But this will give her a consistent stream of income from Alexis. She leaves after promising to update him on the situation. When she gets back to Liz's room, she contacts Deanna and requests assistance getting into a wheelchair so she may go see someone. Deanna assists her in seeing Rick, who is glad she's okay. Rick acknowledges that he would never have forgiven himself if he had lost her while operating the vehicle. Liz was concerned about him as well, and is relieved that they are both doing well. Does he recall what happened? She asks. When he asks her what she remembers, she merely mentions Portia before the automobile swerves. After telling her what little he remembers, Rick departs to see Christina. Alexis's day goes bad. Marco arrives to meet Alexis at her and Diane's office. Diane leaves Alexis and Marco to get to know one another after receiving a message telling her to report to the judge's chambers. They learn each other's approaches to defending accused criminals, and Alexis describes how their legal practice operates. Impressed, Alexis informs him that she anticipates receiving a job offer soon. Sonny wonders how Natalia is related to Sidwell. Ava arrives and tells Alexis they have business to attend to when Marco leaves. Ava informs her that this is about Christina's future, but Alexis begs her to leave. Laura receives awful news from Curtis on the upcoming General Hospital. Brooklyn may want to come clean, according to Lois. Should I tell him how I feel? Lulu asks Cody, I can establish that Christina tried to kill me. Ava informs Alexis. Sonny hears Christina's confession. A much-missed fan favorite returns to General Hospital with a scandalous story that is sure to outrage. As they say, if one of them is dead, two can keep a secret. However, keeping things under wraps by meeting out of the public view is a less drastic approach, which is what General Hospital's Anna and Jason are doing. The two have come up with what appears to be a smart idea while navigating their very unusual friendship, given that they are on different sides of the law, and will now do all future business at his flat above Bobby's rather than meeting in public spots like the park. A fan favorite talks about their physical and emotional struggle. As you may remember, Jason ended up relocating to the former Kellys, which Carly had renamed after her beloved mother passed away shortly after his most recent resurrection. And since Turner, who is filling in as district attorney while Robert is away, has an agenda for Anna, it would seem wise to keep their meetings private. However, secrets never remain hidden for long in soap opera towns like Port Charles, so it's only a matter of time until someone learns of Jason and Anna's private encounters. The black-clad hitman may soon be involved in another phony romance, even though he is now posing as the father of Sasha's unborn kid. After all, what better way to confuse people than to make it public that he and Anna are now involved? What's another falsehood among the strategy team? However, things may easily become complex on several levels. Remember that not so long ago, Jason and Anna did have a kiss. Indeed, it served only as a means of keeping the guards observing them from learning their true intentions, although occasionally, well, let's just say, relationships have developed in more peculiar situations. That kiss is explained by Finola. Reddit user Kim Semi said that Jason and Anna's kiss was a cardinal violation of everything that is holy, and that the couple made Drew and Willow actually seem like a desirable pairing. Fans clearly did not take well to that first kiss. However, if Jason and Anna act like they're involved or, even worse, start dating, the fallout might be catastrophic. Robert might be compelled to return to Port Charles in order to discover what the hell was or wasn't happening. Heck, Robin, Jason's daughter, who you may remember used to be really involved with him, may also come back to find out. Would we dare hope that the whole thing leads to a reunion of the Scorpio family, possibly just in time for the nurses' ball? Wednesday, April 9th. General Hospital spoilers. Alexis reels over Ava's proof. Christina tells Sonny the bad news about Curtis. According to General Hospital teasers for Wednesday, April 9th, Christina Corinthos Davis will divulge to Sonny Corinthos, and Alexis Davis will be shocked by Ava Jerome's evidence. Here's what GH fans should anticipate from Curtis Ashford, who will also be breaking some devastating news. Brooklyn Quartermain will discuss the situation with Lois Cerullo at home, who will believe that her daughter is inclined to come clean. However, in order to go on without raising questions, Brooklyn might be more motivated to mend her connection with Lois. Following Harrison Chase's guidance, Brooklyn ought to be prepared to mend the rift in their mother-daughter relationship. Naturally, since Lois hasn't informed Brooklyn the whole truth, additional harm is imminent. The Gio Palmieri revelation will lead to further turmoil in the future because Brooklyn is unaware that her own kid lives in the same house. Curtis will have some regrettable news to share with Laura Collins in the meanwhile. That might entail another disaster involving Jen Sidwell or Drew Kane. In relation to Sidwell, it appears that he will ask Jordan Ashford to meet with him. She will follow through on her plan, but Isaiah Gannon will still be concerned that Jordan will be cozying up to Sidwell as part of it. Jordan might receive a job offer from Sidwell, as he is scheduled to make one on Wednesday's program. Regarding Lulu Spencer, she will confide in Cody Bell about her continued affection for Dante Falconeri and inquire as to whether she need to express her feelings to her ex. Lulu will be prepared to confess soon once Cody gives her the encouragement she needs. Since Christina will be making her own confession to Sonny Corinthos, let's discuss it first. But as of right now, it doesn't appear that Christina will tell Sonny that she was responsible for the unsuccessful car sabotage. Alternatively, Christina might reveal information that enables her to introduce Sonny's health. Since Christina will be making a plea to Sonny, she might ask him to refrain from delaying his heart surgery and endangering his life. When Ava tells Alexis that Christina attempted to kill her in her office, Alexis will lose it. Ava will argue that she can provide evidence, and she will use the parking garage video to support her accusations. According to General Hospital spoilers, Ava will put Alexis in a difficult situation and make some high demands about money. Alexis might feel stuck as Ava predicts that Christina will end up in jail if Alexis doesn't comply. General Hospital spoilers: secret meetings above Bobby's lead to passion for Jason and Anna? According to General Hospital teasers, Jason Morgan and Anna Devane might have a secret romance. Will passion result from Anna and Jason's intimate encounters over Bobby's? When Jason saw Anna in the park on April 7th, he received information about ADA Turner's pursuit of her. Turner is looking for dirt, and if she finds any, it might ruin Anna's career. For this reason, Anna should remain vigilant. Anna doesn't currently need to view Stone Cold because the ADA expressly brought up Jason and the Cyrus Renault case. In order to keep their friendship private, Jason and Anna decided to meet in Jason's apartment above Bobby's whenever they needed to collaborate. Of course, GH writers may be exaggerating this place for a valid purpose. They seem to be laying the groundwork for Anna and Jason to have a romantic relationship. Fans were given a sneak peek at Jason and Anna's attraction to one another when they shared a kiss back in Africa. Since Anna and Jason have discussed understanding one another, their relationship has grown to be a significant aspect of their scenes together. What else might occur behind closed doors now that Jason and Anna will be meeting covertly in his small room above Bobby's? It makes sense to assume that once Jason and Anna are interacting closely, they would give in to some passion. There might be some sexy situations when Anna and Jason hit the sheets, since they might not be able to resist temptation. As this plot develops, it's important to remember that this could be the true reason Jason and Anna have their covert meetings there. Do you believe that Jason and Anna are about to go to bed together? Will one of the private meetings that the program alludes to be where Jason and Anna hook up? In the future, Anna and Jason might need to reconsider their affections for one another. General Hospital spoilers for the next 3 weeks. Willow's drama breaks out, Sonny's risk increases, sparks fly, and dangerous actions. According to General Hospital spoilers for the 3 weeks between April 7th and April 25th, Sonny Corinthos' threat will increase as Willow Corinthos' drama flares up. Here are some things fans may anticipate, like soaring sparks and daring stunts. Christina Corinthos Davis will be in a difficult situation with her new blackmailer throughout the week of April 7th to 11th. Christina and Sonny will be drawn into the turmoil as Ava Jerome sees a way to a bright new future. As Ava takes advantage of Christina's secret, Natalia Ramirez will see that something is off. When Sonny presses Natalia to reveal the truth about their previous relationship, she will finally come clean about Jen Sidwell being her ex-husband. She will reveal a dangerous scheme to Laura Collins while she is with Jordan Ashford. Will Laura worry that it will be too risky, and will that entail a route to Sidwell's defeat? After that, it appears that Willow will agitate Carly Spencer and almost get smacked for it. Carly will be stopped by Jason Morgan before she hurts herself and makes matters worse, but a big altercation is imminent. Sasha Gilmore Corbin will spend time with Danny Morgan and learn more about him in the interim. Jason might be happy to hear that Danny and Sasha will spend some time together. Naturally, if Sasha and Danny talk about Jason's involvement in the paternity cover-up, someone might overhear them. Willow may overhear something she shouldn't since she will be shaken before the week is done. Will Willow discover that Jason isn't Sasha's unborn child's biological father? Would Willow start thinking about Michael Corinthos as a potential baby daddy candidate as a result of that? Emma Scorpio Drake will face more questions from Anna Devane across town. Even if Emma signed an NDA that forbade her from discussing the actual events at her institution, Anna might still put pressure on her to tell the truth. Kai Taylor will update Trina Robinson on a shocking development. The entire process might proceed pretty swiftly if Kai agrees to Drew Kane's offer to cover the cost of the state-of-the-art operation. Kai doesn't have much time to make a decision, so Trina might be concerned that he's acting hastily. If Kai intends to have this operation, it must take place as soon as feasible following his injury. Kai and Trina are about to push their love to the next level of intensity, regardless of any potential problems. Lucas Jones and Marco Rios will have additional flings throughout the week of April 14th to 18th, but what about the secrets Marco is keeping? Given that Sidwell is Lucas's dubious father, Marco might be following Lucas for personal gain. Additionally, Sonny will need to determine whether he can forgive Natalia for lying about her ex-husband and come to trust her once more. In other places, Jocelyn Jax might encounter certain difficulties when completing her first WSB mission. Even when things get complicated, Vaughn will be responsible for keeping Jocelyn on course, while Jack Brennan keeps an eye on the issue. Lucy Coe needs to put in even more preparations for the nurses' ball during the week of April 21st to 25th. Lucy will delegate as GH builds to the May Sweeps Fund because there will be a lot to do before the shindig. She might push Christina over the edge when she's back with Ava. How much longer will Christina tolerate Ava's demands and the impending horror of blackmail? Is it possible that Christina will eventually tell the police? Lastly, Sonny's cardiac problems and the unidentified adversary who might attack again will continue to be worries. Jason will do everything in his can to protect Sonny, but he will keep foretelling more problems that the crime boss will face. According to General Hospital spoilers, there will be some interesting changes over the following 3 weeks. General Hospital update for Tuesday, April 8th. Chase alerts Brooklyn to Christina's horrible curveball and Liz is on a mission. According to Tuesday, April 8th General Hospital teasers, Elizabeth Baldwin is on a mission and Christina Corinthos Davis is about to face a terrible curveball. Additionally, Brooklyn Quartermain will be warned by Harrison Chase. Therefore, there will be some significant events across the community. To begin with, Lucky Spencer will lie to Elizabeth and maintain Christina's secret. Despite his distaste for all the lies, Lucky will only hope that he can assist Christina in putting this behind her and moving on. Lucky, on the other hand, will see Christina again later and suspect that she is about to confess. Before, Christina was determined to keep quiet, but she might be persuaded to come clean out of guilt. Of course, Christina might think about telling the truth for another reason. This is due to Ava Jerome's ability to employ blackmail to persuade Rick Lansing to keep his lips shut. When it comes to Avery Corinthos' custody, Ava is fed up with Sonny Corinthos' power struggles and is broke. Ava might take care of her financial issues and obtain the upper hand in custody now that she has leverage. Christina and her father will find themselves in a difficult situation shortly after Ava throws her this terrible blackmail curveball. Christina may ask Sonny for assistance in meeting Ava's requests because she will beseech him later this week. Since Elizabeth will be traveling to meet someone in the interim, it makes logical for her to stop by Rick's room and check on him following the collision. Liz might have to be thrown off the trail by Rick in order to preserve Ava's chances of outwitting Christina and Sonny. She will make Diane Miller her confidant over with Alexis Davis. Olivia Quartermain will give someone an unexpected gift and hope it makes them smile while Alexis gets some things off her chest. It appears that Olivia will come upon an ongoing altercation at some time during Tuesday's GH episode. Will Olivia attempt to mediate a conflict between Dante Falconeri and Lulu Spencer or another antagonistic couple? In any case, there will be some arguments between Dante and Lulu. Given that Dante has concealed his adolescent liaison with Brooklyn for so long, Lulu will question if she can truly trust him. But while Lulu is aware that Brooklyn gave birth to Dante's newborn son and placed him for adoption, she is concealing far worse news. On Tuesday's show, Dante won't be informed as Lulu snaps at him. Chase will then advise Brooke Lynn to put the past behind her, at least if she wishes to keep this baby's secret a secret. She might not be so certain that Brooke Lynn will find a happy route forward, even though Chase predicted that she would. According to General Hospital spoilers, Brooke Lynn and Chase face more difficulties in the future. Jason tests Jocelyn's cover-up on General Hospital Monday, Rick wants Christina in jail, and Ava stops the cop call. According to Monday's General Hospital recap, Rick Lansing wanted Christina Corinthos Davis imprisoned, but Ava Jerome stopped him from calling the police. Here's how Monday's show unfolded. Jason Morgan also put Jocelyn Jack's cover-up to the test with all of his inquiries. Jack Brennan advised Anna Devane that ADA Turner was pursuing her in her office. Turner requested access to all of the WSB's files on Anna, but she was unable to obtain much information because they were primarily redacted and classified. The ADA ran down the list of other people and complained about Anna's disregard for Jason after she confronted Turner. Turner insisted on looking into things even though Anna claimed that she followed the instructions exactly. Jocelyn sought answers regarding the poisoning incident and whether her mother was having an affair with Brennan in Carly Spencer's kitchen. Carly gave updates on the events, but she was keen to bring up Jocelyn's vacation to Easter Island. Jason Morgan appeared suspicious because Jocelyn wasn't in any of her pictures. Since Jason had visited Easter Island, he asked Jocelyn about a few places, ostensibly to gauge her level of familiarity. Jocelyn snapped at Brennan for putting Carly in danger once he arrived. Brennan complimented Jocelyn on the performance in A Quiet Time, but she hinted that it wasn't one because she was really annoyed. Carly reassured Brennan about their connection after Jason and Jocelyn left, saying they simply needed to keep the WSB out of it. Trina Robinson informed Lucy Coe at home that she would not be performing at this year's Nurses' Ball, but Lucy persuaded Kai Taylor to agree. After Lucy left, Trina changed her mind and chose to perform with Kai. Trina was overjoyed to see her best friend again when Jocelyn appeared later. Jason visited Anna at the park after Brennan encouraged him to get in touch with her, and they discussed the most recent ADA Turner drama. Jason and Anna decided that it would be best to avoid public interaction going forward and decided to speak at his house or Bobby's if necessary. Jason and Anna were still friends, but they had to keep their relationship private. Ava appeared at GH while Lucas Jones was paying Elizabeth Baldwin a visit, asking a variety of questions regarding the vehicle accident. Lucas pondered what that was all about when Ava left. Liz thought Ava was merely attempting to establish her dominance over Rick. Since it would take her some time to fully recover and get out of that cast, Liz denied Lucy's request for further Nurses' Ball performances. As long as he wasn't required to perform, Lucas consented to attend the Nurses' Ball. Despite Lucy's assurance that Lucas wouldn't have to, she crossed her fingers behind her back. He mentioned recalling something from the accident that didn't make sense in Rick's room. Molly Lansing Davis assumed that Rick may have struck some black ice, and assumed that some memory problems were normal. Ava arrived for a private conversation after Alexis Davis visited to see Rick. Ava eventually discovered Rick was parked in her space after hearing about the cut brakes. Ava concluded that she, not Rick, was the intended victim. Ava remembered Christina's threats and blamed her instead of Sonny Corinthos because there were too many factors for him to pursue her in such a careless manner. "That young sorceress attempted to murder me," Ava yelled, and Rick clarified that Christina actually came very close to killing him. Upon accessing the CCTV footage from her garage, Ava noticed that Christina was observing the car in her area while grabbing wire cutters. Ava said that Christina was likely making sure the deed was completed when Rick mentioned that he remembered she was at the crash site. When the police brought Christina away for attempted murder, Rick thought that Sonny and Alexis needed to know who she truly was, even though it might destroy her relationship with Molly. Ava encouraged Uncle Rick not to be so hurried and obviously had other plans, but Rick wanted to call the police so they could nail Christina's ass to the wall. Lucky Spencer threatened to flip Christina if she didn't do it herself in the chapel. Christina described what happened and how, when Ava felt bad about what she had done, she attempted to stop her from driving. Rick had unintentionally crashed with Liz by that point, so it was too late. Christina couldn't risk Alexis informing Molly, so Lucky advised that she tell her mother and obtain aid with a plea deal. Additionally, Christina predicted that Alexis may wind up behind bars since she didn't think she could handle losing another daughter. Lucky ultimately concluded that Christina and her family had already experienced too much hardship. Lucky said that would be sufficient punishment because Christina would have to live with the guilt of nearly killing 2 innocent people. Christina texted Molly to invite her to the chapel after Lucky promised to keep her secret. When Alexis arrived, she witnessed Christina's apology for her recent selfishness. Christina noticed and welcomed Molly, acknowledging that she had also lost a sister and a daughter. Seeing Molly and Christina join together at this tender moment made Alexis cry. He went back to the automotive shop with Lucky and said that his girlfriend's wallet was in the wrecked vehicle. After examining the system, the mechanic discovered that the car had already been destroyed. Lucky appeared to feel more at peace after learning that the car had been wrecked. General Hospital spoilers for Tuesday: Olivia's surprise, Lulu and Dante's face-off, and Ava's blackmail pitch to Rick. According to General Hospital teasers for Tuesday, April 8th, Lulu Spencer and Dante Falconeri will square off while Ava Jerome tries to blackmail Rick Lansing. In addition, Olivia Quartermaine will reveal a surprise. So, let's discuss what to expect. Harrison Chase will provide Brooklyn Quartermaine some guidance as events in Port Charles get underway, specifically in relation to the firstborn adoption secret she is keeping hidden. Chase will suggest that Brooklyn find a way to move past the hurt if she truly wants to keep things under wraps. Olivia will then become ecstatic about a major surprise she has planned. Olivia will ultimately have to act as referee during an impending altercation, so it won't be all fun and games. Given that Dante and Lulu will actually be facing off in Tuesday's GH episode, Olivia may need to mediate their conflict. Although Lulu will complain about Dante's lack of trust, it is she who is betraying his confidence by keeping the truth about his secret son a secret. Elizabeth Baldwin will wish to see a patient in the hospital while Alexis Davis confides in Diane Miller at work. Given that Rick is now conscious and awake, Liz will probably need assistance wheeling over to his room. But first, Rick will be preoccupied with an important discussion with Ava. When Rick discovered Christina Corinthos Davis was to blame for the collision, he wanted to contact the police right away, but Ava advised Uncle Rick to hold off. Ava will sell to Rick on Tuesday's show that they may take advantage of Christina's behavior. When Rick learns that Ava is discussing blackmail, he could be apprehensive, but she will try to persuade him. Ava will prophesy that she will get all the money she requires and that she won't ever have to worry about any custody disputes involving Avery Corinthos again. Lucky Spencer will get back together with Christina after lying to Elizabeth about how much he knows. In order to determine whether Christina has changed her mind about coming clean, Lucky will inquire as to whether she is considering confessing. According to General Hospital previews, Christina will be completely overwhelmed by this situation, particularly after learning of Ava's impending blackmail.